Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to Pow Bam Zing. This is Carl, and today we have an interesting video for you. Today we are taking a stock Intel heatsink and matching it up with a 4150, and then we are going to run AIDA 64 for about 10 to 12 minutes and see how high we can get our temperatures at a stock CPU fan speed of around 1000 RPM. I couldn't get it to go any lower than 1000 RPM with the fan software that I had, but that's okay because all we really need is a baseline and a control speed to go at. And the temps that we got were around 64 degrees for a stock Intel fan running AIDA 64 at 100% CPU usage. And like you're seeing, well, it's around 12 minutes, and like you're seeing, it's around 64 degrees. But then we combined 3 Intel heat sinks together, and I think it might just be better to have non-dubbed voice me explain that. Okay, so what we have done is I have glued, super glued, and thermal pasted all of these, let's get into focus here, all of these heat sinks, stock Intel heat sinks together. The only one I had with the copper plug from my 4690K goes on top because the aluminum ones are solid all the way through to the top. I shouldn't say solid, but they have a solid top plate on them, whereas the copper plug is hollow, so I had to put this one on top so that obviously I can't thermal paste and super glue something that's hollow if it was in the middle. But these, the bottom one and the middle one are aluminum, and the top one has a copper plug. So we are going to put this, and I had to customize it a little bit more in that if you look at the ring right here, you can see how I had to Dremel it down pretty far so that the spacing could work. Otherwise, I don't know if I have the fan. Yeah, I do. Because if you look at that ring around the bottom edge, as opposed to this one, let's see, focus, you can do it, as opposed to this one right here, it's much thicker. And I had to obviously cut the fan off, and I have the fan over here. There's the old fan that I used to cut off. Used to go on that bottom one. But anyways, all that aside, we made a bracket. Okay, so with our 3 heat sinks glued together, after around 12 to 13 minutes, we were averaging around 61 degrees, which is a drop of around 3 degrees from our 64 degrees that we had with just our single stack stock heat sink, which isn't as impressive as I wanted it to be. I was honestly a little disappointed. I was really excited that my modified super stock heatsink was going to bring it down at least 10 degrees with the same fan profile, but it didn't. It only brought it down around 3 degrees. However, an interesting development happened when I decided to put it in the case and run it for an hour. After around 10 to 12 minutes inside the case, it was running around 10 degrees cooler, like I thought it would be, but that was only because I think I had a large side vent fan blowing in on the motherboard and the CPU. But after an hour inside the case, running at 100% CPU utilization, I had 62.5 degrees after an hour inside the case. Now, for kicks and giggles, I decided to unplug the fan completely while it was outside the case and see how long it would take the CPU to get up to uncomfortable temperatures with no fan running at all. And after about 3 minutes, the CPU got up to 79, 80 degrees. It was hitting 79 degree maximums, 80 degree maximums, and so I plugged the fan in and shut the test down. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Thank you so much for joining. This was an interesting thing, and it was pretty fun to do, and hopefully we'll get to do some more things like this in the future. Subscribe to Pow Bam Zing if you want to see more videos like this and live streams as well, and I will see you guys in the future. Have a wonderful day. And it's still going. And I didn't dub it right.